Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. We were at the seventh Kandika of the fourth Brahmana of the fourth chapter. So in the previous Kandika, the sixth one, Upanishad started talking about the Mukta Purusha. You can see there, Atha Akamaya Manaha, like that it started this Prakarana. So now Upanishad is describing the Moksha Purusha, and already Upanishad has talked about moksha and what is the sadhana for that. But the same things are again talked about to make it firm. Dridhi Karanaya, that's how Bhashyakara gave the introduction. In fact, we saw the introductory Bhashya also. Atrapi mokshaha moksha sadhanam cha brahmanena uktam tasyaiva dridhi karanaya mantraha udahriyate shloka shabdavachyaha. So the Brahmana is quoting a mantra, and that is called a shloka. And here it is again quoting this shloka to make your understanding about moksha and what is the moksha sadhana firm. Okay, for that purpose, this shloka is there now. Tadesha shloko bhavati yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya hridi shritaha atha martyo mrito bhavati atra brahma sumashnuta iti. So when all the desires are gone, okay, sarve kamaha pramuchyante. From where it is gone means ye asya hridi shritaha, which were there in your hridaya, means your buddhi. Buddhi only is called hridaya. Wherever in fact the word hridaya comes, Bhashyakara gives the meaning as buddhi only. So hridi, buddhau. So in your intellect, in your mind, whatever desires were there, when all of them are gone, when all of them are gone means they are no more binding desires. They do no more make you feel that unless you fulfill those desires, you can be happy. See, binding desire means what? If I cannot get whatever I want, I will not be happy. That is the thing, correct? If I am not able to fulfill this particular desire, I cannot be happy. Those kinds of desires are the ones which bind you, means which makes you do something, and again, whatever you do, whether you succeed or you fail, depending on that, again, you are going to have problems. Even if you succeed, after some time you have some other desire, similar kind of desire. So it's a never ending cycle. But for the one, all these desires are gone. Okay, he is free from all these desires, in fact, because he does not anymore look upon any desire as unless I fulfill this, I can be, or I cannot be happy. Unless I fulfill this, I cannot be happy. Only if I fulfill this, I will be happy. Like that, nothing is there. All kinds of desires are gone from one's mind, one's buddhi. When that happens, what is that means? Then one becomes amritaha, it says. Atha, thereafter what? Martyaha amrito bhavati. The one who is a martya, mortal, becomes immortal. How is it possible? Means that is because if you don't look upon yourself as a wanting person, correct? Because every desire only implies that you are a wanting person, correct? And why are you wanting? Because you think you are limited in some way. Some you are looking at yourself and you feel something is defective, correct? Something is not there. You are lacking something. You are wanting something Because when you look at yourself, and again you judge yourself based on your body mind sense complex, and body mind sense complex is limited in any which way you look at it, it is limited. So if you, in your own self judgment, you are limited, means you are wanting, you are lacking, and anything wanting, lacking, limited means it is in space time also. Understand that? Because you have divided yourself into I and my desired object. That much division is good enough. Of course, there are countless objects in the world. Once you have divided yourself into subject and objects, then the objects of desires are there. You are only a puny subject, puny individual in this vast world. Means you are limited, you are wanting, you are lacking. Now, in that vision, obviously you are a martyaha, because you are placing your identity on your body, mind, sense complex. Body is going to die. There is no doubt about it. Whatever kaya kalpa and yoga and whatever you do, even if you live for 1,000 years, it is nothing. It is not even a speck. Cosmologically, if you look at the time frames and all that, or even according to our Puranas, one day of Brahmaji is so many billions of years, correct? You can calculate it. 1,000 Chatur Yuga and one Chatur Yuga is so much. And 1,000 Chatur Yuga is like 12 hours for Brahmaji, daytime. Then he sleeps 12 hours like that. Like that, he lives for 100 years. Means how big that time is. Even if you are some yogi, you eat kaya kalpa, whatever, people are in search of something, correct? Always. They want to extend this life. Maybe they want to live as youth also, always. You throw in all these things also. Even with all these things, it is nothing. You are still a martyaha. Then how do I become amritaha? Means you are no more wanting. If you are not a wanting person, you are already complete in all respects, means you are the limitless. If you are the limitless conscious being, and if you do not place your eye on this body mind sense complex, then you are not even subjected to space time. Space time is in you. You are not in space time. That is the vision of the Shruti. Only such a person, in fact, can give up all desires also. Understand that? For such a person, there cannot be any desires or anything, because everything is you. Even space time is in you. So, where is the question of attaining anything? Everything is yourself only. That's why Atma Kamaha and all the Upanishad said already, correct? Only the Atma Kama can become Apta Kamaha also. Once everything is yourself only, whatever you desire also is yourself. Therefore, you have attained everything, whatever is to be attained. So, there is nothing to be attained, and you are complete, you are Purnaha, and you are free from time also. So, obviously, you are now Amritaha, and Amritaha Bhavati, and if you become immortal, and then what? Atra Brahma Samashnuta iti. Atra means, Bhashyakara says, here. Atra means here. What is this here? Here is in this body, mind, sense complex only. While living, only you attain Brahman. Means again you are attaining Brahman and all, you have to put it within double quotes. There is no that you don't merge with Brahman or go and attain Brahman or gain Brahman and all that. You are already Brahman. Being Brahman, you gain Brahman. Because already here also Amritaha Bhavati. Correct? Being Amritaha, which itself means limitless only. Again, you get limitlessness, or you get attain this limitlessness. Okay, that is up to that is the shloka. Now, further, the Shruti or Yajnavalkya here is also giving a driftanta to make this very clear. Because how can somebody being here in this body become immortal and then not take another body and all that, correct? Even if you leave this body. So for that one, driftanta is given. What is the driftanta? Tad yatha ahi nirvayani. Okay, it is nirvayani. It is a tongue twister. Tad yatha ahi nirvayani valmike mrita pratyasta shayita evameva idam shariram shete. So, like even Ahi means snake. Nilvayani means the slough, correct? Or in Tamil we say sattai. It's like satta means literally shirt. Basically, it means that it leaves its skin, correct? Periodically, snakes just leave their old skin, and it also looks like snake sometimes, correct? When I go walking, I see sometimes in our place so many snakes are there, and snakes have this every year, or I don't know what is the frequency in which they do this. So they just leave their old skin, and it still looks like a snake, and then they move away. And that slough or sattai is lying on a valmika, means a ant hill, because generally snakes do not build their own nest or anything. They just take over ants' nest or any other animal which has burrowed and all that. They just go and start living there. So in the ant hill, the snake has left. So once it leaves its slough, it doesn't have any identity with that, correct? It is no more I. The I only if you place it on that, then only it is really something. But once you don't place the I on that, it is as good as it is dead, correct? In the case of the slough, as long as it is there with the body, that skin, it was still snake. Snake considered it as I. But once it is cast away, it is anatma, it really becomes anatma. Okay. And the snake can be there still looking at it, but it doesn't consider itself as, or that slough, it doesn't consider as atma anymore. It has become anatma. So it is mrita, it is as good as dead, and it is there. Vartate shayita. Okay. Similarly, what? Evameva idam shariram shete. In a similar manner, this sharira also for the jnani, it is there. But jnani has no identification with the body. Body, mind, sense complex is there. Jnani can do vyavahara through that, no problem. But even while doing vyavahara, tasya kartaramapi vam, vidya akartaramapyayam. Karmani akarmayah pashyet, akarmani cha karmayaha. Sabuddhiman manusheshu sayukta krishna karma krite. Like that. In Gita, Bhagavan talks about this all the time. Correct? Karmanyabhi pravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Even though you are involved in, as a jnani, you can be involved in lot of karma. But still, I don't do anything. I am not a karta bhokta. I have no identification with the body, mind, sense complex. It's all anatma. Because whatever I see is not I. Vedanta itself is only that much. Understand that. Vedanta sadhana is very, very simple. It is based on a simple principle. Whatever is an object of my cognition cannot be I. This body also is an object of my cognition. Therefore, it is not I. Nobody has any doubt with reference to the cloth. Correct? Everybody is wearing the clothes. They are also very close to you, sticking on your body. Or nobody mistakes the spectacle. This is not I, but this is I. How? Both are same, correct? This also is an object of my cognition. This also is object of my cognition. This also is object of cognition. This also is object of cognition. Everything is same. All of them are not I. So body also is not I. Prana is not I. Indriyas are not I. Manas is not I. Buddhi is not I. So all these things become evident to me. I am the consciousness to whom everything becomes evident. I am that consciousness alone. That consciousness is limitless. That is the cause of this entire world. Therefore, that consciousness being my identity, I cannot have any identity with the body. This body also is not there all the time. Even then, people have identity. I don't know how. This body is there only in waking. In dream, you can have some other body, not the same body. Waking, you are having male body. Dream, you can have female body. There is no rule. Correct? You can have any body or animal body also. You can occupy in dream. In deep sleep, there is no body. So even if you look at it from a Avasthatraya standpoint, Body and all cannot be your nature, because if something is your very nature, it has to be there all the time with you. So this individuality, don't take it very seriously. It's not there all the time, correct? You think I am an individual, so many problems are there for me, struggling, suffering. Suffering also is not I, because it is also an object of cognition. Understand that. Anything you cognize, even suffering, is not you. You have to be able to see that as a Vedantin. That is the Vedanta sadhana, in fact. So the body is there, but I have no identification with that. Shariram shete evameva, like even the slough of the snake. And so one who has this ritti, what? For him what? Atha ayam ashariraha amritaha pranaha brahmaiva tejaha eva. So then what? Yajnavalkya is saying that person, then what? Thereafter, one who has this drishti, even even though he looks like he is living in a body, he is ashariraha. He is really not bound in any one body. In fact, he has sarvatma bhava. He is limitless, and therefore he is amritaha. And he is prana. Here, prana is not the pancha prana or indriyas and all that. Understand? Prana shabda, in depending on the context, it is used also for Paramatma. Okay. So pranaha here is again, it means the you can say the samashti principle, living principle or whatever, life. Pranaha brahmaiva, and he is Brahman only. This person, even while he is living here, he is Brahman. And also he is Tejaha, means he is the Chidrupaha, correct? Jnanamayaha. So he is the Teja, Swayam Jyotihi and all we saw already, correct? The previous Brahmana, Swayam Jyotir Brahmanam. So that is why Tejaha, Saha Aham Bhagavate Sahasram Dadami iti. Okay, after hearing this, what? Yajnavalkya has given this Drishtanta and taught. Now what he has completely taught, because previously he asked, you tell me more, tha vimokshaya, and all that he asked, correct? For the sake of liberation, hey, Bhagavan, teach me more. Now what he has again taught in detail, the samsara prakarana and moksha prakarana also. With this, Yajnavalkya thinks, okay, I have said everything to be said. But even there, here, Janaka is happy. Now he says, I'll give you 1,000, but he does not give everything or anything like that. He is given 1,000, means he is still expecting that Yajnavalkya will go ahead. Further, he wants to hear and all that, you can say, because something is still left. What is that and all? Bhashyakara will actually, there is a small discussion also. Why here, now everything has been said, what is moksha sadhana, etc. Means there is nothing more to be said about moksha, you can say in one way. Then why did Janaka only give 1,000 and he did not offer himself and entire kingdom on and all that? Because later on he will do that. In fact, we'll see that as we go forward in this Brahmana. So there is a discussion on that. Then Bhashyakara says, no, something more is to be. He is expecting Yajnavalkya to say. That's why he only gives 1,000 for now. Okay, 1,000 cows. Sahasram here is 1,000 cows. Okay, let us see the Bhashya. तस्मिन्नेव अर्थे एष श्लोकः मन्त्रः भवति. So in this, in that meaning, in the meaning of this moksha and moksha sadhana, etc., this shloka is there. And what does it this shloka say? Yada means yasmin kale. Okay, at what time or at a particular time, when? Sarve means samastaha, all. Kamaha, all the desires. And kamaha means what? Trishna prabhedaha. Means Krishna means there is a longing, thirst, correct? So that's what. When we say kamaha here, Bhashyakara also wants to point out that this is a binding desire. That's why he says Krishna prabhedaha. Means you have a yearning. You think that unless I have this or unless I fulfill this desire, I cannot be happy. That is the Trishna. But what? From that what? Pramuchyante. One is free. Okay. And how? Because he is Atma Kamasya Brahma Vidaha Samulataha Vishiryante, Bhashyakara says. Means they are all destroyed along with their cause, because the Ajnana also is gone. Correct? What is the cause for Kama? Ajnana, ignorance only. But the one who has known everything as Atma alone, all that you desire also is Atma. That is the Atma Kamaha, who is Brahmavit only. For that person, along with the cause, all the desires are gone. Okay. विशीर्यन्ते ये प्रसिद्धा लोके इहा मुत्रार्थाः पुत्रवित्त लोकैषणा लक्षणाः अस्य प्रसिद्धस्य पुरुषस्य हृदि बुद्धौ श्रिताः आश्रिताः. So ye asya hridi shritaha is there here, correct? That is what Bhashyakara is commenting now. Ye means those which are very popular, very well known, prasiddhaha. Ye, and what are they? They are there in his heart, correct? Hridi means buddha, he says, in his buddhi. What is there? Iha mutrartha. Iha mutrartha means whatever objects which are there here or which can be there in heaven, etc. Amutra means. And they are all very popular also. People know about all these things. And how can you categorize them? Putra, Vitra, Lokaishana, Lakshanaha. They are characterized as either progeny, Putra, or wealth, Vitta, or going to some heaven, etc. Correct? So the desires for Putra, Vitta, and Loka, and they are all there in this Purusha's Hridi. In Hridaya means Buddhi, Bhashyakara says. Buddhi, Buddhau Ashritaha. So they have taken refuge. They are there in the buddhi. So once they are all vishiryante means what? They are all gone. They are all destroyed along with their cause. Then what? Atha tada. Then martyaha marana dharmaha san martyaha, the one who has the marana dharma, mortal. Being a mortal, but what happened to him? Kama viyoga samulataha. So kama, he has got now dissociated from the kama. Okay, kama viyoga. How? And also with the root of that, with the cause of the desire itself, he is dissociated. He is no more he no more looks upon himself as one who has desires. He is not a desirer anymore. Okay, because his ignorance about himself is gone. He no more looks upon himself as a wanting person. If you don't look upon yourself as a wanting person, you cannot have any desire, obviously, correct? And how did you accomplish that? Because I know that I am the limitless conscious being who does not lack anything anyway. So why should I be wanting? I am not wanting in any way. Therefore, kama viyoga, samulataha, and then what? Amritaha bhavati, you become immortal. So arthat what? What is the meaning here? Anatma vishayaha, kamaha, avidya lakshanaha, mrityavaha ityetaduktam bhavati. So already it was said what? All these anatma vishayas, whatever is anatma, and which are all desirable also, correct? You desire for them. You desire for something which is not with you only, correct? Which are all not you. Something other than you only you desire. But they are all what? Avidya lakshanaha. They are all characterized by ignorance. Avidya lakshana means they are avidya karya. They are all. Okay, they are all there only due to avidya. Only due to avidya you look upon yourself as a puny individual desiring things which are not oneself. And therefore what? You become mrityu. Mrityu, they are only mrityus. The objects of desires themselves are mrityus. Why? Because by desiring them only, you take yourself as a limited being, correct? Somebody who is wanting, that itself is death. As soon as you become wanting, you will be subjected to death only. There is no way you can avoid death. So these things themselves are mrityus only. They are all like death. And this was already said. Okay, if you can go back, these things were discussed previously also in the Upanishad. Mrityavha ityetaduktam bhavati ataha mrityu viyoge vidwan jivan neva amritaha bhavati. Because, so now this mrityu in the form of kama You are no more associated with that. You have dissociated from that. And therefore what? In the Gita also, this Viyoga is talked about. In fact, one definition of yoga is given in the 6th chapter of Gita. In the Gita, yoga word, multiple definitions are given. But one interesting definition is Samvidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam Yoga Samhitam. Like that, Bhagavan says in the 6th chapter. By knowing which, Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam, he says. Your, your association with Dukkha has now become dissociated, he says. It is gone. There is no Dukkha Sanyoga. Dukkha is Kama, also is Dukkha only, really. Correct? Kama only leads to Dukkha. So there Bhagavan says Dukkha. Here Upanishad is talking about Kama. Everything, those are all same only. So the Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam, here Kama Sanyoga Viyogam, you can say, means it is Marana Viyoga only. You have, once you have dissociated yourself from this Kama, means you have also dissociated yourself from death, because you are no more a mortal, you are no more a wanting person, and therefore you become Amritaha. And how? Jivan Neva Amritaha, even while living, you are immortal. Okay, that is the important thing. It's not that you have to go to some Loka, Golok, Vrindavan, then only you will become Amrita. Right here, you are Amritaha. Amritaha, Jivan Neva Amritaha Bhavati Vidwan. The one who knows this is Amritaha. Atra asmin neva sharire vartamanaha Brahma Samashnute. So Atra Brahma Samashnute iti is there here, correct? In the Upanishad you can see Atra Brahma Samashnute iti. So that's what Bhashyakara says. Atra means he is giving the meaning asmin neva sharire vartamanaha. The one who is there right in this body, while being in this body and doing vyavahara in this body only. But I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. Again, the teaching is not that you will become Brahman. That's not Vedanta. Understand that. Nobody can become Brahman. In fact, limitless means nobody can become that, correct? How can you become limitless? However big you become, plus one I can say, correct? See, infinity, nobody can become infinite. However big number you give, we can put plus one. Then again what? Infinity means it has to be already there. You have to already be that limitless. Nasti akritaha kritena, like that Upanishad also says, Mundaka Upanishad. So, this is not something you become. You are Brahman. That is the teaching. You are already Brahman. Only thing is you are not able to accept that. That is the problem. So you have to own it up. You have to understand and own it up to this, that you are already Brahman. Nothing needs to change. If you are Brahman also, somebody will come and give you some. It's not that everybody will start respecting you or anything like that also. Correct? There are enough people who will come and say something or the other. They have their own problems, in fact, really speaking, and they will project it on you. And you being Brahman, you can also take everything. What is the big deal? Even if somebody comes and says something, you can listen. Whether it is good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, no problem. Okay, I can accommodate. Aham Brahmasmi. Sab chalega. So what? So like that, even while you are in the body, you are Brahman. Brahma samashnute, Brahma bhavam moksham pratipadyate ityartha. So you attain moksha, Jivan Mukti, which is Brahma bhava, that you look upon yourself as Brahman alone, not this individual. Ataha mokshaha na deshantara gamanadi apekshate. So now Bhashyakara, beautifully he says what? Mokshaha does not depend on going somewhere else, correct? It is not some tourism promotion. So my Guruji used to always say, all these theologies are only tourism promotion, correct? They show you nicely that the heaven is like this. You go there, it's all rivers of wine flowing, this and that, whatever. Some people may like it, some people may not even like it, I think. But anyway, so there is no IPL in heaven, means some people may not like. I don't know. People are crazy about IPL right now here. So like that. So what is all this heaven? I don't know. But they give some nice description and all that. Then you have to go there. And they also claim that you will enjoy there eternally. So how you can enjoy eternal heaven cannot even begin there. Correct? Anyway, they talk about all these things. So they are all only tourism promotion. See, even in tourism promotion, they'll show you nice photographs and all that. Photoshopped also many times. Okay. Nowadays, it is very easy to generate nice photos using AI and all that. People fall for that. In all that promotional material, they will not show any garbage, any traffic jam, anything like that. It is always nice photo you will see. When you go there, then it's not like what was there in the photo, correct? But still you think, okay, since I have spent all this money, let me enjoy. You spent a lot of money and went there. Like that, to go to Swarga also, you have to do a lot of things. Lot of punya you have to earn and spend it. Then you go to Swarga, and even there you are standing in some line, let us say. It's not going to be good for you, correct? Anyway, so those are all not a problem for a jnani. Jivan neva amritaha and Brahma bhavam. You attain here only, you don't have to go anywhere. Deshantara gamanadi na apekshate. Therefore, what tasmat vidushaha na utkramanti pranaha. That was already said in the previous kandika, correct? So the pranas do not rise. This person being a mukta purusha, even if the body falls, does not go anywhere. Simply the body mind sense complex disintegrates and merges back into the prakriti itself, correct? Into the mahabhutas and all that. Then and there, nothing is there to go anywhere. So now utkramanti pranaha yathavastita eva swakarane purushe samavaniyante. Means yathavastita, wherever that body is there, they all merge into their own karanas, which is the purusha here. Okay. Looking at Brahman as the Jagat Karanam, you can say Purusha also. Purusha Samavaniyate, Niyante, all of them resolve back into Brahman alone. And Nama Matram hi avashishyate iti uktam. So, but Nama is still there. This is talked about previously in the third chapter also, I think second Brahmana. The Artha Bhaga Brahmana, like that it is there. In that Artha Bhaga keeps asking. And then Yajnavalkya says, Nama will still be there. Nama Matra. I think you can go and refer in the second Brahmana there. Also in the Prashna Upanishad also it is there. The Shodasakala Purushaha and all that. 16 Avayavas are there for a Purusha. 15 of them are gone. But one alone will remain, which is Nama. Okay. So Nama Matram Avashishyate iti Uttam. It was already said in this Upanishad. In another Upanishad also it is said. Therefore what Katham Punaha Samavaniteshu Praneshu Dehe च स्वकारणे प्रलीने विद्वान् मुक्तः तत्रैव सर्वात्मा सन्वर्तमानः पुनः पूर्ववत् देहित्वं संसारित्वलक्षणं नु प्रतिपद्यते इत्यत्र उच्यते. Okay, so now Bhashyakara is asking how, correct, that all his pranas have merged. You are saying here only it is all resolved. Okay, and the Deha is also resolved into its own Karana. But the Vidwan who is free, how will he not, and also he attains Sarvatma Bhava, correct? He is not limited to only one body or anything. He is the Atma of all the bodies. He is the Atma everywhere of everything. He is the self of all. Being that, and he will no more what? Punaha Purvavat Dehitvam Samsaritva Lakshanam Na Pratipadyate. He does not attain any Samsaritva. He does not take himself as a wanting person anymore. And he will not consider himself as an embodied person also. Embodied only is limitation, correct? So he is not a consciousness in a body. He is the consciousness in which the body is there. Okay. That is the difference. Or all the bodies are there. So that is the vision, Sarvatma Bhava of the Jnani. So he does not gain all these things. He will not become a whatever samsari. All this is characterized by this jnanam and not samsaritva. Now, with reference to that, to make you understand that clearly, now a drishtanta is going to be given. That's what Bhashyakara says. Iti itra uchyate. So, with reference to this topic, this is being said. What? Tatra ayam drishtantaha. So, tad yatha is there. Tad means tatra with reference to this or that. This drishtanta is being given now. Yatha loke ahihi sarpaha. So like in the world, the okay, ahihi, tasya nirvayani. Nirvayani means nirmokaha means skin, basically. Sa ahi nirvayani Valmike Sarpashraye Valmikadav Ityarthaha. So Nirvayani Valmike is there. Valmike means this slough or this satire. The skin of the snake is there on the ant hill. And ant hill is normally the Sarpashraya. Wherever the Sarpas are all found in the ant hills, correct? They take they take over the ant hill and live there. So Valmikadav and what Mrita Pratyastha. Pratyastha means Prakshipta means it is lying there, means dead and motionless, correct? And why it is like dead and motionless or dead and cast away, you can say, correct? Prakshipta means it is cast away. It is lying there without any life, which is true. That that skin is no more having any life. And what is the meaning of this? Bhashyakara anatma bhavena sarpena parityekta means the sarpa has now cast it away and now looks at it not as Atma anymore. It has now become Anatma Bhavena Parityakta Sarpena Shayita Vartate. So now it is there. It is lying there, cast away as though and without any life. Lifelessly, it is lying there. Like that, evam eva, in the same manner, what yatha ayam drishtantaha. This is the drishtanta now. This you have said about the snake. Now here what all you have to connect. Bhashyakara will connect that now. See, he's saying idam shariram. Now this sharira is like that cast away skin, slough. And the mukta purusha is like the snake. Sarpasthani yena muktena. So by the mukta purusha, who is like the snake, this body which is like that skin, anatma bhavena parityaktam. The jnani casts away this body mind sense complex with anatma bhava. It's no more atma. And it is now there. Even though Vyavahara may happen and all that, but it is like Mrita only. Mritam Ivashete, it is there because there is no Atma Bhava there. It is equivalent to Mritam, dead, lifeless. There is no self identity. That is the most important thing. So it is lying there. So that is the Drishtanta. And further what? Atha itaraha sarpasthaniyaha muktaha sarvatma bhutaha sarpavat tatraiva vartamanopi sharira eva na purvavat punaha sashariraha bhavati. So thereafter what? That sarpasthaniyaha muktaha, okay, that mukta purusha and who is sarvatma bhutaha, who identifies with all as the self, like the snake, even though the snake is there near that castaway skin, snake doesn't take that as itself. Similarly, even though the jnani is there in the vyavahara, jnani does not take the body mind sense complex as atma, as I. Jnani, even though may be doing Vyavahara, but the body mind sense complex is looked upon only as Anatma. Okay. So that is the point here. He is making it very clear. Therefore, Jnani is Ashariraha. Sharirastopi Ashariraha. That is the way we have to understand it, correct? Karmanyabhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Like that in Gita it is said. Similarly, what here? Sharirastopi Ashariraha eva. Jnani is not a Shariri. Ashariraha. Jnani does not have any body because Jnani does not identify with any body. So, Sarpavat tatraiva vartamanopi ashariraha eva na purvavat punaha sashariraha bhavati. Like even before, as an Ajnani, he looked upon the body as Atma, but no more. The Jnani can never look at it like that. Can never become the one with body mind sense complex. Why? Because kama karma prayukta shariratma bhavena hi purvam sashariraha martyascha. Because previously, why he was martyaha and samsari and all that? Because being impelled by desire and having a identity with the body, mind, sense complex only is impelled by the desire. And he does something. And when you do karma, what happens as a karta? Then karma phala. Karma phala means you get another body. Correct? That's why this physical body is called karya. Why? Because it is the effect of your own karma. Correct? It is the karya of karma. That's why Bhashyakara here he says kama karma prayuktaha. Correct? Sharira. Sharira. Sharira atma bhavena hi purvam. So in the Sharira one had Atma Bhava. That Sharira also, how did you get? Because you had Kama previously, you did karma, and due to that karma only some body you have got. Now again you have got Atma Buddhi on that body. Again you have desire. Again you do karma, and again even if this body goes, you will get another body. Keeps on going. That is the samsara. Like that only you were with the Sharira. You were the one with the Sharira, correct? Before. And you were mortal also because of that. Because you identified with the body and body dies, so you die. But no more. Why? Because you have dissociated yourself from there. Tad viyogat atha idanim ashariraha. So having dissociated yourself from the body, mind, sense complex, you are ashariraha. You don't have any sharira. Atha eva amritaha. Therefore, you are immortal also because you are not a being in time, but you are the consciousness in which time itself is there. Therefore, you are Amritaha and you are also Pranaha. Upanishad says Pranaha. Ashariraha, Pranaha. Correct? Here you can see. Yatha ayam Ashariraha, Amritaha, Pranaha. So, Pranaha here means Praniti iti Pranaha. That which gives life. But here, this whatever that gives life is not an individual or anybody. It is the Paramatma only is talked about. And in fact, later in this Upanishad itself, 4.4.18, Pranasya Pranam, Shrotrasya Shrotram and all will be there. In fact, in Kena Upanishad also it is there, correct? Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Manoyate Vacho Havacham Sau Pranasya Pranaha Chakshushas Chakshurati Mutyadhiraha Pretyasmal Lokat Amrita Bhavanti. So, this Pranasya Pranaha is the prana which is talked about here. It is not the Pancha Prana or some Indriya or anything. Paramatma only is referred to as prana here. Iti Vakshyamane Shloke, and also in Chandogya he is quoting now. Prana Bandham hi Somya Manaha iti cha Shrutyantare. So there also the prana bandha, the mind itself is functioning only because it is associated with prana, correct? But that there also the prana is the Paramatma. In the Chandogya, in the Shrutyantara also it is said, therefore what? Prakarana Vakya Samarthyacha Para Eva Atma Atra Prana Shabdavachyaha. So here, because of the wherever it is coming, correct? Prakarana Vakya Samarthya means what? This word is there in a sentence in the Moksha Prakarana. Therefore, this can only refer to Paramatma. Para Eva Atma Atra Prana Shabdavachyaha. The meaning of Prana Shabda is Paramatma. And further what? Brahmaiva is there in the Upanishad here. Bhashyakara also. Brahmaiva, Paramatma eva. Kim punaha tat. And further what is it? Tejaha eva. So Tejaha eva also is there here. You can see. Means what? Vijnanam Jyotihi. It is consciousness. It is the light of consciousness. And with this light of the self only, Yena Atma Jyotisha Jagat Avabhasyamanam. The entire objective world is shining after this Atma only. Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam. Correct? Atma alone shines. Everything else shines after that. This entire objective world, this Jagat, is Avabhasya, means they are all lighted up by this Atma. Atma alone is the light. And it is the Prajna Netram. It is the eye of knowledge, you can say. Because only if something is lighted up by this consciousness, any knowledge takes place only because the consciousness is manifest in the appropriate upadhi. Correct? Prajnanetram Vijnana Jyotishmatsat Avibhramshat Vartate. So this Jagat being endowed with this consciousness only, Vijnana Jyotish, the light of this, because of this light of consciousness only what? Avibhramshat Vartate means it is there without it is there firmly, you can say. It is being supported by this consciousness alone. It is there steadily, it is there. Steady state of the world is possible only because of this consciousness, this tejas, this Atma Jyotish. Yaha kama prashnaha vimokshartaha yajnavalkyena varo dattaha janakaya सहेतुकः बन्धमोक्षार्थलक्षणः दृष्टान्तदाष्टान्तिकभूतः स एष निर्णीतः सविस्तरः जनकयाज्ञवल्क्याख्यायिकारूपधारिण्या श्रुत्या. Okay, so now Bhashyakara says whatever come up this, see, Yajnavalkya had given a boon to Janaka, saying that whatever questions you desire, you can ask me whenever you want. So based on that only, in fact, you can see from the beginning of this chapter, all these different questions and answers are going on. And Janaka has the freedom to keep on questioning Yajnavalkya till his desire is fulfilled, till he is fulfilled and he is happy. So that is the boon he has. And he keeps on asking Vimokshaya, Atha Urdhvam, Bruhi and all that. Okay. Tell me more for the sake of moksha, for liberation, for freedom. Now, whatever this Yajnavalkya gave this vara to this Janaka, and because of that vara, he asked all these questions. Okay. And to him, what sahetukaha bandha mokshartha lakshanaha. So, along with their hetus, what is bandha, what is moksha, what are their causes? Everything was discussed. Okay. And drishtanta dashtantika bhutaha. And they were all discussed by giving examples, analogies. And also it has been now ascertained, sa yesha nirnitaha savistaraha, in very detailed manner, how in this, whatever we saw now, in this story where Janaka is asking Yajnavalkya all these questions, correct? So Janaka Yajnavalkya akhyayika rupa dharinya shrutya. So the Shruti, which is in the form of this Yajnavalkya Janaka Katha or Akhyayika, correct story, in this in a detailed manner it has been ascertained, all these things. And therefore what, basically it should have ended here. That's what the idea is. So samsara vimoksha upaya uktaha pranibhyaha. And also what? Samsara vimoksha upaya. How to liberate oneself from this life of becoming, samsara. How to free oneself from this life of becoming. What is the means for that? The upaya, sadhana, that also has been said for all the beings. And then what? Now what the Shruti is saying? Idanim Shrutihi Swayam Evaha. Now Shruti is saying itself what? Vidya Nishkriyartham Janakena Evam Muktamiti. So now what? Because the Vidya has been given, for that sake what? Janaka is saying now something. Okay, that's what is there coming here. Soham Bhagavate Sahasram Dadami iti hovacha Janakaha Vaideha. For that only Bhashyakara is giving, he is connecting. So now Shruti itself says, Janaka has said this to uh, to to give something, that for the sake of, because he received all this knowledge, so he has to give something in return, correct? So Janaka said this, and how did he say? Soham evam vimokshitaha tvaya bhagavate. So this me, who has been in this manner liberated by you, he Bhagavan, and to you, Tubhyam, Vidya Nishkriyartham, for the sake of giving me this Vidya, Sahasram Dadami, I will give you 1,000 cows. Iti evam kila uvacha uktavan Janakaha Videha. So the king of Videha, Janaka, said this in this manner, he told. Okay, here there is a question. What? Tra kasmad vimoksha padarte nirnite videha rajyam atmanam chana nivedayati ekadesha uktau iva sahasrameva dadati. See, In fact, later on in the Upanishad, we'll say that finally Janaka will say, I offer myself to you and my kingdom also. But why did he not do that here itself? Because here only already Yajnavalkya has talked about Bandha, Moksha, their Hetu, etc. and all the upayas he has given for Moksha. So Janaka must have right now only offered himself and the kingdom and all that. Why didn't he do that? Instead, he has given only 1,000 cows, means something. That means Yajnavalkya has fully, he has not taught. Some Shesha is there. Something is still left over, which he would like to hear. That's why he did not offer himself. If he also offers himself and all the kingdom and all that, Yajnavalkya would have left thinking that Janaka has now completely understood and he is fully satisfied. But that's not the case. He is only giving 1,000 cows. Means something is still left that he would like to hear. So that is the meaning, correct? So he did not offer himself and the kingdom, but only gave 1,000. So with reference to this, what is their view? Some people have a certain view. Okay, tatra ko abhiprayaha iti. So what is the abhipraya with reference to this? So atra kechid varniyanti. So some people describe like this. What their abhipraya is what? Adhyatma vidya rasikaha janakaha shrutam api artham punaha mantrehi sushrushati. So Janaka is a fan. Okay, rasika. He is a connoisseur of Atma Vidya, Adhyatma Vidya. But we were all like that with our own Guruji also. How many ever classes he had, we were all always ready to listen and go to his classes because we just enjoyed. Even maybe we may have even heard it some 10 times also already. 11th time also we will go. We used to enjoy because the subject matter of Atma Vidya is like that, correct? Nobody gets tired even looking at your face on a mirror. Then what to talk about this this Atma Vidya, it is never a bore. Once you get interested, it is always you only want more. So you can think like that. So these people are saying Janaka become a Rasika. He is enjoying this Atma Vidya so much. So even though he has heard everything fully, he again wants to hear more mantras because now Yajnavalkya is quoting different mantras, correct? So he has a desire to listen to more mantras on the same topic. Therefore, what ataha na sarvameva nivedayati. So he does not offer everything. Now, Shrutva Abhipretam Yajnavalkya Punaha Ante Nivedayishyami iti hi manyate. So he does not offer everything. After hearing, okay, more. So he's thinking that I'll hear some more and then later on Ante Punaha. Okay. So Yajnavalkya Shrutva, having heard from Yajnavalkya again, then afterwards, in the end, punaha ante, nivedayishyami, I will give everything, I will offer myself and also my rajya, etc. Like that, he is thinking. Yadi cha atraiva sarvam nivedayami, nivritta abhilashaha ayam shravanaditi matva shlokanna vakshyati. So if he offers everything right now only, Yagyavalkya will think that he doesn't have any more desire to listen to anything and he doesn't have any desire to listen to anymore, and thinking like that, he will not uh, quote more shlokas and all that. He will not quote more mantras. Shlokan na vakshyati iti bhaya. So he has a fear that Yajnavalkya will not teach more or talk about more mantras. So thinking like that, he gives only 1,000. So sahasradanam tisnutra linga jnapanaya iti. So he gives only 1,000, but that 1,000 itself is now an indication, correct? It's a linga. Linga for what? The desire to listen more. So Janaka still has a desire to listen to more mantras, etc. from Yajnavalkya. So that giving only 1,000 only indicates that. Like this, they give a meaning. Bhashyakara doesn't like this. Sarvam api etat asat is not correct, he says. Why? Purushasya iva pramana bhutayaha shrute vyaja anupapatte, he says. So like even normal human beings, Shruti cannot have any, it cannot be deceitful. Okay. Or vyaja means it can be a deceit you can say, or in a deceiving manner, Shruti cannot talk, means keeping one in mind and saying something else, correct? That is the thing. It cannot be like that. So even though if Yajnavalkya thinks I have heard everything, then he should give. It's not that I have heard everything, but I want again here and all that. That is not proper. Bhashyakara thinks that is like deceiving. Okay. So you cannot impute a meaning which is like a subterfuge, you can say, correct? There is a word subterfuge also in English. Maybe that also may apply here. Vyaja means that only here. So the pramana bhuta, the shruti which is in the form of a means of knowledge, like a normal person cannot talk in like in a deceptive manner. That is not proper, he says. Therefore, what? And also there is a artha shesha upapatteshta, he says. There is some more which is to be said in the topic. That is why Yajnavalkya gave only 1,000. That's how we have to take it. It's not like everything is complete. Something more has to be said. And what is that? He is explaining that. Vimoksha padarthe ukte epi atmajnana sadhane atmajnana shesha bhutaha sarvaishana parityagaha sannyasakyah vaktavyaha arthasheshaha vidyate. So now this is Bhashyakara's favorite topic. What he says, even though vimoksha padartha, the whatever has to be said about moksha has been said, and the Atmajnana is the sadhana for that. That also has been said, correct? With reference to that. But still, to get that Atmajnana and make it firm, you have to give up all the desires, all the Yeshana Traya and all we talked even before. Sarveshana Parityagaha, Sannyasakhyaha. And how do you give up all the desires? You take sannyasa. You have to take sannyasa ashrama. And about that, it is still something needs to be said. It has not been said yet. Okay, so that is still Shesha, it is still left to be said. So Artha Sheshaha Vidyate, he says. So there is something more to be said. Therefore, what Tasmat Shloka Matra Shushrusha Kalpana Anurujvi, he says. So it is not straightforward that he only wants to listen to some more mantras talking about the same thing. Such a kalpana is not straightforward or proper. And he says, Agatika hi gatihi punarukta kalpana sacha yukta satyam gatau. So also if there is no other way you can explain it, then you can say that Janaka wants to have punarukti from Yajnavalkya. Correct? He wants to listen to the same thing again from Yajnavalkya, but that is not the case here. In this case, there is something more to be said, and therefore punarukti and all is not required. And there is a gati here. There is a way forward, and therefore you don't have to assume all these things. And also he again says, Nacha tattva stuti matram iti avochama. And also this sannyasa is really, Bhashyakara takes it as a vidhi only. Bhiksha charyam charanti and all is there even previously, I think in third chapter, fifth Brahmana. Correct? So that Bhiksha charyam charanti, etc. is there. That is all he is taking as sannyasa vidhi. And it's not just arthavada or some stuti matra and all that. This he has already told. Even there is a huge bhashya is there if you go back. So that also we have said. Therefore, sannyasa as a topic is an important topic. Bhashyakara wants to say. That's why he is saying it is not like stuti matra. Therefore, what nanu evam sati ata urdhvam vimokshaya eva iti vaktavyam. Now, Purvapakshi, whoever said that other opinion, they come back and say, but if something more is to be said, then he should have said openly like all other times before. If you go and see ata urdhvam vimokshaya, like that he says, okay, tell me more hereafter about more for the sake of liberation, etc. He says that, but like that it is not said here. He is only giving 1,000. He didn't say ata urdhvam vimokshaya. So that is not said. He should have said that they are saying. Means Bhashyakara says that's not a problem. That's not a dosha. That's not a defect. Why? Atma jnanavat aprayojaka sanyasaha pakshe pratipatti karmavat iti hi manyate. Why he says is, see, Atma jnana alone is definitely required for moksha. That Atma jnanam has been talked about already. That is the real prayojakaha for moksha. That is the one which gives you moksha. That is the sakshat karana. But sannyasa and all is only pakshe praptaha, means if it is required or if there is a possibility, you have to take it. So in the Purva Mimamsa also this Pratipatti Karmavati he says. This again he said even this before. In the 3rd chapter, 5th Brahmana Bhashya also this Pratipatti Karma comes there also. Like, see, in the Somayaga, you offer all the Soma, and if there is a Shesha, then you are supposed to drink it. Now that drinking, let us say there is no Shesha. Now should you now newly prepare some Soma and drink it means no. You understand what I am saying? It is called Pratipatti Karma means if there is a scope for it, then you can do it. Otherwise, you need not do it. Or if there is a context for something, only you can do it. You need to do it. Otherwise, it is not mandatory. That is called Pratipatti Karma in Purva Mimamsa. Okay. But so many examples you can give for Pratipatti Karma from Purva Mimamsa. Certain things are mandatory. You have to do it. But certain things are like this Pratipatti Karma. Like that, Sannyasa also is a Pratipatti Karma, he says here. Because see, somebody can become an Atma Jnani and die also. They didn't have even the time to take sannyasa. So what? That doesn't mean that he is not a Mukta Purusha or anything, correct? Atma Jnanam alone is important for this moksha. But others, even if you are an Atma Jnani, like Yajnavalkya himself in the Maitreyi Brahmanam said, correct? Now I want to go and I give you all this wealth and all, I divide amongst you to his 2 wives, and he want to go and take sannyasa. Like that Vidvat sannyasa also is there because that is like for the Atma Jnana Dridikaranaya, okay, Pakwa, to gain certain maturity and all that, sannyasa ashrama is prescribed, you can say, but it is only, it's not mandatory. So it is Pratipatti Karmavati iti manyate sannyasena tanum tyajete iti smrite, and there is a smriti also. If you are alive, then you take sannyasa and even give up your body. Many people take apat sannyasa like that. Even recently, one person, long time Vedanta student, but he had cancer and all that. He was about to die. Then he took sannyasa 2 days before he died. Like that also many people do. Sannyasena tanum tyajet. Like that there is a Smriti Vakya also is there. You give up your body with the sannyasa. Means at least even if you are not a jnani, you will go to Brahma Loka and all that. There is a belief like that. If you take the sannyasa ashrama, Krama Mukti at least is assured for you. Or at least the next birth will be also Yathava Yoginam Eva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam and all Bhagavan says. Like that, you become a yoga brashta and you will be born again in a nice family and again start from wherever you left. So, okay, the rest only one sentence is there, but okay, we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.